So, Che, what are we going to learn today? So last week, we started learning reproduction in humans. Yeah, so for now, we just need to remember the different parts in male and female reproductive reproductive organs, and you need to remember the parts with their function. Okay, other than the function of different parts, you also going to learn. Okay, you also are going to learn. Okay, the fertilization. How does fertilization happen? Yeah, so where does it happen? And what is the result of fertilization? Yeah, so that is what we are going to learn today. But before we go into those things, I just want you to recap on what we learned last week. So I want you to prepare like blank paper or maybe your note or maybe your iPad has note or something for you to write down. So I want you to try answering these 5 questions, whether they are true or not. Yeah, so you just put the answers in the paper. Later, I will go through all of them. Okay, it is just a checklist, whether you still remember what we learned last week or not. So I'll give you 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's see. The first one, both male and female reproductive cells are required for sexual reproduction to take place. So, is this statement true or false? Does sexual reproduction always involve male and female reproductive cells? Yes, it is true. So every sexual reproduction must require male and female reproductive cells. So that's why, okay, in this reproduction, male and female parents are involved. Male parent produces male reproductive cells, while female parent produces female reproductive cell. So these two different reproductive cells will meet and fuse together. So that's what we are going to learn today, which is the fertilization. Second one, boys and girls undergo puberty at different ages. Is this statement true or false? Okay, so the answer is true. So which one will who will experience puberty earlier? The girls or the boys? Okay, the girls. Okay, so the girls will experience puberty earlier than the boys. Yeah, so the boys is much, it's a bit later than the girls. All living things undergo sexual reproduction. Why? That's how it is. That's how we are being created. Yeah, so there is no, explanation behind it. So the third statement, all living things undergo sexual reproduction. False. Why is it false though? Anyone know what the explanation is? Okay, so Nakib mentioned because some animals reproduce by themselves. Like, what reproduction is that? It is the asexual reproduction. Okay, reproduction. Like for starfish. Okay, so starfish, right? Some starfish, if you cut one of the leg, then that leg will grow into a new organism. Okay, to answer your question, that's how it is. There is no explanation behind it. That's how humans, that's how humans are being created. Yeah, so there is no biological reason behind that. Okay. So then how about 4? Reproduction is important as it helps to ensure the continuity of life. It's true. Without reproduction, then the organism or the living things will go extinct. Why? Because all living things die. If there is no Okay, if the youngs are not being produced, then no one will replace those who are old and those who are dying. Yeah, so that's why reproduction is important. Both male and female reproductive system will mature during puberty. Is it true? Yes. So puberty is a stage. Okay, so puberty is a stage where the sexual reproductive organs mature. Yeah, there are a lot of changes, and most of the changes is to make the person ready for reproduction. Okay, so anyone got all correct? So the first thing that you need to learn today is the different parts in male reproductive system. Yeah, so there are two parts in male reproductive system you need to remember. Okay, the first one is the testis. Okay, the plural is testes. So what are testes for? What is the function of the testis? It is the place where the sperm or the male reproductive cells are being produced. Yeah, so only in testis. Okay, it's not anywhere else. Okay, only in testis the sperm is are being produced. Okay, are you a father? No. Okay, I'm still young. No, I'm still single. Okay, I'm not a father. Okay, so that is for testis. Then the next part is the penis. Okay, so the penis is the organ that help deliver the sperm into the vagina. Yeah, so the penis is the organ that helps deliver the sperm in the vagina during mating. Yeah, so the penis is also for urination as well. Yeah, so penis has two functions. It's for urination, which is peeing, and it is for delivering the sperm in the vagina during mating. Okay, next one is the female reproductive system. Now, for female reproductive systems, you have to remember 4 parts. Okay, for male, there are only 2 parts, testis and penis. But for female reproductive system, there are 4. First one is ovary. Okay, so ovary is this one. Okay, let me just highlight this. Okay, so this is the ovary. So ovary is like testis. It is the one that produces the reproductive cell. But of course, ovary is the one that produces the female reproductive cell or the egg cell. Yeah, so please take note, ovary is the place where the egg cell or the female reproductive cell is being formed. And please do not confuse the ovary of human with the ovary of flower. They are different. They have the same name, but they are different. Yeah, so please do not get confused with the ovary of human and the ovary of flower. Yeah. Then what is the function of the ovary of the flower? Anyone still remember? What is the function of the ovary of the flower? It is to contain, or it is to have ovules, and when fertilization takes place, the ovary will swell and become fruit. Yeah, so that is the difference. So ovary of the flower does not produce egg cell. So which part of the flower produces the egg cell? Yeah, so sperm is like more, more specific. Male reproductive cell is general. Yeah, so remember that in flower, the one that produces the egg or the egg cell is the ovule. But in human, the one that produces the egg or the egg cell is the ovary. So please don't get confused with this. Second one is the womb. Okay, so the womb or the uterus. So which one do we use? The womb. Yeah, so the uterus, okay, is not a required keyword. So uterus is only for secondary schools. Yeah, so just use the womb. So what is the function of the womb? So you have to understand that the womb is where the baby grow or develop. How long? How long does the fetus or the baby grow during pregnancy? 9 months. So fallopian tube or oviduct, okay, is the place where fertilization takes place. Yeah, so it is the place where fertilization takes place. So which part, okay, is the fallopian tube? Okay, so the blue one, okay, I think I need to use the highlighter. Okay, so the blue one, right, the one that I highlighted blue is the fallopian tube. Yeah, it's like the tube, okay, as the name implies, it's a tube. Yeah, so that is for fallopian tube. How to spell the other meaning of fallopian tube? Okay, oviduct. Oviduct. It's not duct using K, it's duct using T. Why is the fertilization using S, not Z? Fertilization using S is British. So we are, using British English, right? Fertilization that uses Z is for American English. Okay, so actually they are the same. Okay, it's just one is British and one is American. Okay, so the last one is the vagina. So vagina is where the sperm being deposited during mating. Yeah. So any question? Remember this. Okay, fallopian tube. So now, okay, if you still remember, the sperms are being deposited in the vagina. But then the fertilization take place in fallopian tube. Okay. So fertilization take place in the fallopian tube, where, okay, if the sperms are being deposited in vagina. Yeah, so the fertilization occur in fallopian tube. Why? Because the egg cannot move. The sperm will swim up to the egg. Yes, so that's what happens during fertilization. So let us watch the video. So there is no sound for this. Okay, so there is no sound. So it is just, an illustration how the sperm swims to the fallopian tube. Yes, the ovary creates the egg, but then the ovary will release the egg to the fallopian tube. You will learn the details in secondary school. Okay, so at the last part of the video, how many sperm fuses with the egg? Okay, so please remember this. In every fertilization, there is only one sperm that fuses with the egg. But is it possible if, like, two or more sperm, like at the same time fuse with the egg? No, that is not possible. Yeah, so please remember, there is no possibility that two or more sperms fuse with the egg. There is only one. Why? Because the moment one sperm fuses with the egg, so that the egg will create impenetrable barrier. Okay, so, and this barrier will prevent any sperm from fusing with the egg. Okay, so watch. Okay, but how? Okay, how is it not possible? That's how it is. Okay, and of course, okay, if you are interested, you can just watch the YouTube video how this happens. How can fertilization only involve one sperm and one egg. Okay, and not more than one sperm is involved. Okay, are involved. So then how about twins? How twins are formed? Okay, so that one I will go through later. Okay, for now, I just want you to understand that in every fertilization, only one sperm fuses with the egg. Yeah, so for now, just need to remember this. Any question? So any questions related to twins, I will go through later. We have a slide on the twins. So what if no sperm gets to the egg and that's it? No fertilization. So the sperm and the egg will die. So the sperm and the egg will die. And they will get absorbed back by the body. How? I mean, they die. They have no food to survive. Yeah, you will learn the details in secondary school. Yeah, so for now, I'm so sorry. I cannot tell you the detail. Why? Because you'll be confused. And they are not tested in PSLE. So I don't want to, stray further from the syllabus. So this one, how can the sperm swim? So the sperm actually looks like tadpole. It has a head and it has a tail. The head contains the nucleus. So if you learn cells already, so you know what I'm talking about, the nucleus, the one that contains genetic information. And the tail is powerful enough to help the sperm swim from vagina to the fallopian tube. Yeah. Yes, JVL, very good. Okay, the sperm is actually much smaller than the egg. So the egg is actually, if I'm not wrong, is 100 times larger than the sperm. Yeah, so the egg is 100 times larger than the sperm. Yeah, so then, and during the mating, right, 200 millions of sperms are being deposited in the vagina. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, that's a huge number. Yeah, 200 million sperms are being deposited in the vagina during mating. So why? Why are there so many sperms? It is to increase the chance of fertilization. Imagine if we only have like 2 sperm being deposited in the vagina. I mean, one of them died, okay, because of lack of food. One of them died, okay, and stopped halfway. Okay, there is no fertilization. So the more sperms there are, the higher the chance of fertilization. So that's why, okay, in a mating, usually 200 millions of sperms are being deposited in the vagina. Yeah, so it is to increase the chance of fertilization. Now, talking about fertilization, so okay, you already understood that one sperm fuses with one egg. And you need to remember that the sperm carries the genetic materials from the father, and the egg carries genetic materials from the mother. So when they fuse, so these genetic materials from both father and mother are mixed. Yeah, so 50% from the father and 50% from the mother. So we are the product of our parents. Yeah, so we contain half of our mother and half of our father's genetic material. Yeah, so and that's why some of the features are being inherited, like the eye color, the type, the color of hair. Yeah, there are a lot of features that we are going to learn in the next few lessons. Yeah, so we are going to learn like what characteristics are inheritable, what characteristics are not inheritable, all these things. Okay. Okay. So are you guys ready for bubble question 1A? So remember, we are talking about cells, right? So it must be sperm for cell A. Then for cell B, it must be egg. It's not ovule. Okay, ovule is incorrect. So that's why the answer is number 2. Yep. Moving on to the next one. Ooh, okay, so it's a long question. Okay. Now, I'll give you a tip for MCQ. If you see a question with long description, what do you need to do? Do you read from the beginning? So if you see this long question, right, do you read from the beginning? Is that what you usually do? No, okay, you shouldn't read from the beginning. You're actually wasting your time. Why, Cha? Because if you read from the beginning, right, and then you go to the question, the tendency for you to read from the first again is higher. It's like you read twice. You read from the beginning twice. So it's better for you to know what the question is first, so you know what you are looking for. So after you understand what you are looking for, then you can read from the beginning. So yeah, that's actually saving more time. Okay, are you guys ready for this? Okay, so the first one, which one comes first, E or D? The first one is where the sperms are being deposited in the vagina. Yeah, so it must begin with D and then followed by E. And then after E, which one comes next? A sperm successfully penetrates the egg, or the egg and the sperm fuses together? No, I'm not at home. I'm in the studio. So please remember that the egg, right, has a barrier. And this barrier must be penetrated. So what does it mean by penetrate? Penetrate, it means is to, to pass through the barrier. Yeah. So there's a barrier in the egg cell. So the barrier has to be penetrated by the sperm. Then after the sperm penetrated the barrier, then the sperm can fuse with the egg. So that's why A comes next, then followed by C, and then B is the last one. So the answer is 2. How many offspring will be the result of this process? So remember, just now, I told you in every fertilization, how many sperm will fuse with the egg? So in every fertilization, how many sperm will fuse with the egg? So one child. Okay, so one child. Okay, so actually number 3 could be correct, but it's very low possibility. Very low possibility. Yeah, so very low possibility. So that's why the answer is number 2 instead. Yeah, so number 1. Okay, what am I talking about? Okay, so the answer is number 1. Why? Because fertilize the egg. Okay, you guys are talking about twins. Okay, but after this, we will go through what twins is. Okay, how the twins are being formed. For now, just try your best for this. Do you agree with her? Clara stated that this is not a fertilized egg. Is the egg fertilized or not? It's not fertilized, right? So, is Clara's statement correct? Yes. Why? Because the sperm has not fused with the egg yet. So there is no fertilization. So the egg it's not fertilized yet. Yeah, so that's why we need to agree with Clara's statement. Yeah, the sperm is still outside. Okay, no sperm has fused with the egg yet. Now, the next one. Can more than one sperm fertilize the egg? If you say yes, no, okay, please do not say yes. There is no even a slight possibility that more than one sperm fuse with the egg. No. 100% one sperm with one egg. 0% for more than one sperm fusing with the egg. Yeah. So only one sperm fertilizes the egg. No. Okay, it's a straight answer, no. Okay, now talking about the twins. Okay, so a lot of you are asking. Okay, wait. Let me just adjust the. Many of you are asking about the twins. So there are two different twins, but basically the twins came from one or more fertilized eggs. Like for fraternal twins, first you need to understand that fraternal twins are similar to each other. They are not identical. And how does fertilize, okay, how are fraternal twins formed? Okay, so they come from two or more eggs which are fertilized at almost the same time. Fraternal twins come from two or more eggs which are fertilized by different sperm at almost the same time. So, is it possible for the female to release more than one egg? Yes, it is possible. It is possible. So that's why, okay, there are fraternal twins, like can be 2, 3, 4, 5 twins, because the female can release more than one egg during fertilization. Then how about the identical twins? Now, for identical twins, it comes from one fertilized egg. And this one fertilized egg splits into two. Okay, so splits into two. And these two fertilized eggs contain the same genetic information. So they are identical, and hence the name identical twins, because they come from a single fertilized egg that splits up. Sometimes the split is not complete. So that's why, okay, you see some babies, right, like join in the head, join in the body, join in the legs, because the split up is not, okay, complete. Okay, it is incomplete split. So which part of the female reproductive system releases the egg cell? So which part releases the egg? Vagina, ovary, fallopian tube, or the womb? Okay, so what is the answer? The answer is P, which is the ovary. Yeah, so next question. Identical or fraternal? Two eggs fertilized at almost the same time, so that will be fraternal twins. Okay. Next, 2C. Where does the fetus develop? Okay, so what is the answer? So the womb, right? So which part is the womb? Is S. Yeah, so womb is S. The answer is number 3. Can we eat the eggs? No. Okay, so work example. So explain why the part identified in bubble question 2C. So the womb just now. Okay, so 2C is the womb, referring to the womb. Plays an important role after the egg have been fertilized. Why is it important? How womb is important in pregnancy? So the womb is the place where the fetus grow. So the womb support the development of the fetus. Yeah. So you will learn in details in secondary school. Watch a lot of things in secondary school, I know. but I cannot tell you the detail because they are not in the syllabus for primary school. For now, you just need to remember that the womb support the development of the fetus. Yeah, so the fetus grow and healthy because of the womb. Yes, I teach Sec 1. Yeah, I teach Sec 1. Yeah, so that is the answer for the importance of the womb. Okay, so next one. Is the female patient still able to have a child in the future if part X, if the fallopian tube, one fallopian tube is being cut? So, can the woman still have a child if only one? So the claim, yes, of course. Why? Because there are two fallopian tubes, right? If one is only affected, then the other fallopian tube can still allow for fertilization to take place. So the woman is still able to have children in future. Yes, only one fallopian tube is cut off. Then how about this? You know that the tube that connects the testes and the penis are cut, both of them. So can this man have a child? No. Why? There is no way for the sperm to get into the penis and gets released into the vagina if both of these parts or if both of these tubes are being cut. Yeah, so you will learn this in detail in secondary school. Yeah, this prevents the sperm from being released into the vagina, so there will be no fertilization at all. Okay.